House, 1973. Just tell the camera how you actually got there.
Okay, it was, I used to do volunteer work there. As she says, it was a project for black youths. I used to go in and sort of help, like, with the decorating, because it was a sort of rundown house. And I used to go out to court in the mornings and afternoons, sit in the court and listen to all the cases, and if anybody in court needed solicitor or like bail or anything like that, then I'd write it down and then go back to Herman. Herman was the guy that ran the project, and he would send people out and sort them out.
Just give us an idea of what was the problem? Like, why were people going in jail them days?
It was all different sort of thing. I mean, they were stopping and searching on the street. There was, they would just pick them up and take them to court the next day. And nobody wouldn't know about it, basically. So we used to make sure that there was somebody there to represent them properly. Good. And like if they needed bail and like they didn't have an address, they would have an address there at the Black House.
Oh, this goes way back. Okay, let's start from the beginning. The Black House.
So did you used to go to the Black House?
The Black House, I visited a few times. There were two. There was one on Upper Holloway Road. This is the only place this is where we used to get our cultural input, if you like. You understand? Everything that was...
Yeah, I think that's why I got involved in the first place.
Yeah, this is Upper Holloway Road. I was only 13, 14 at the time, so if that now.
I went to, I think it was Stoke Newington Town Hall, and I got married.
For what reason?
For what reason?
Yeah.
I can't tell you on film. Oh gosh. And that's the only one that I've actually got, because he took all of them when we got divorced.
Yeah, our consciousness, our awakening, basically to find ourselves and to group ourselves and to find some sort of, it's a collectiveness. All foreigners who come to this country, they have to gather, and some of them have private social members clubs or whatever, where they go and they feed off of their culture. And this was something for us. This was the time of, they had this guy, do you remember Michael X?
Yeah.
They took him back to Trinidad and he got what do you call it, capital punishment for something. He was involved in all. He was one of the. I grew up in Islington, which is where basically all this started and rooted. Islington was like what to us then was like what Hackney is today for Afro-Caribbeans and other minorities growing up. Islington it's not what it is now. It's been done up and we've been sort of like shoved out. We're not.
Kind of like what's going on now with the Olympics.
Yeah,
everyone going to Essex, so people that I know.
Yeah, that's right. But Islington was rough and tumble in them days. Lots of broken down houses and adventure playgrounds and those kind of things, bomb sites and all them kind of things. So it was, it was grey, but it was happy, as you can see here. You know what I mean? Look at you can just see bare happiness here. People are just relaxing and we didn't have a lot, but we had plenty. We probably had more then than we got now.
I mean, right now you've got black people fighting against black people. Them days we were more sort of a union, yeah, together.
This is Bedford. This is George. This guy was there was two brothers and some others used to run this sound system. So remember Sir Power Sound?
Yeah, they used to have guns there.
That's right. Yeah, they all these guys went to school together up in Archway and Tollington Park and all this kind of thing. Unfortunately, I went to another school which I wasn't too pleased about. This guy here, yeah, this guy was this is the guy who basically influenced me kickstarted me into my consciousness, if you know what I'm saying. He introduced me to Highbury. He's an avid Arsenal supporter. He used to have his boots and his jeans and his turn-ups and his braces and that. And I used to see him going. I said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm going to the Arsenal. I'm going to Highbury." But we had more in you know, we had more socially. You know, we had more of a togetherness and you know, the future wasn't as frightening as it is now.
As it is now, no, it
You
wasn't.
understand? These houses, they were, you know, by today's standards, they'd be dumps, you know, or they'd be what do you call it? Condemned.
Condemned,
Yeah?
But I mean, it was kind of really.
Yeah, but in those days, we made the most of it. You know, there are people who never had anywhere to sleep, and Black House was their home. They could come there at night. You know, they could get a couch or look here. There's 3 in a bed. I'm sure they're not. Yeah, I'm sure they're not related. These are probably homeless kids, or kids who found that they found more of a family thing to get more of a togetherness in Black than they did at home.
Yes.
You know, this is in Black House. You know, if there was a room and there was space, you could sleep, kind of thing. You understand? The one there was this guy called Michael X, and if you read up in your history, I'm not sure what happened to him. He was I don't know what he did wrong from what he didn't do wrong, but he was the he was the main consciousness, the main spiritual advisor, if you know what I mean, and organizer of the whole Black House thing.
He was also known as Michael Abdul Malik.
That's the one.
Okay. I'm just on
Look
the
at
internet
look
now.
Look at the sharpness of these trousers here. Look at the cut. You remember cut trousers?
1950s, Black Power.
This is how it was back in the day. This is how most of us used to live. Yeah? One room, you had your bed, you had your heating, you had your TV, you had your, basically like what a modern day bed sitter would be like, you understand? But we, you know, sometimes we never had running hot water there. It used to be out on the landing or downstairs.
I must say, I did have, I had my flat at Lordship Lane, so I didn't really
Need to be there.
go, no, I was just there as a volunteer to help them out. And I was into Rastafarian at that time, and the culture, you could get, you know, you could get the culture there. So you'd go in and they'd talk about the Rastafarian religion, you know, your culture.
Marcus Garvey, Back to Africa.
Yeah, all them sort of things. So
What did it mean to you at the time?
it meant a lot to me because all this with slavery and everything else. I was born in Jamaica. I came over here when I was like 7. I didn't really know nothing about them things. It's only round about when I was them times that I started to inquire about them things, and that's how I got involved. Yeah.
We didn't know those things. Our parents knew, of course, but they, you know, sweep it under the carpet. If you know, you understand. But we were awakened to it through the music, reggae music. Yeah, it's a very big plus in bringing all of us together. From doesn't matter which island you came from. Reggae music was the common denominator. It was a music. It was you know, and whatever. And it had a teaching. Or every tune almost had a message. And sometimes we didn't understand what the thing was, and then you start to hear about it, or you read it in books, or some of us went to prison and we started reading these paperbacks about slavery and Mandingo and all this rubbish. And then we started looking into the serious side of it, because those were entertainment books, you understand, written in fiction form, but based on past events, yeah? And we started looking into the real issue of these things and what was really, and finding out, and then obviously then we were very anti-white. And we had a hatred going on for the white man, because this is what he's done to us and this is what he's done to our parents. How could he have us like that? You know, obviously you live and you learn and you know what I mean?
It's funny you should say that, because at the same time you were still going through that and going to
and
the Arsenal matches.
Yeah, and going through your adolescence, you know, trying to find yourself at the same time, where you fit in all this and what you're supposed to do, and it was
Confusion.
It was a big confusion, but you know, with this and then the advent of Bob Marley, because he came soon after, and you know, took up where basically Black House had probably failed by then, you know what I mean? Yeah? And Bob came in, and that was another thing, and everybody's on the Bob bandwagon, and Bob continued the message that these people had opened up, and now, you know, our consciousness was already receptive.
Don't love Bob.
There we go. Yeah. from Black House. There was Richmond Road. You remember Richmond Road?
Yeah.
Monday night and Wednesday night.
Yep.
Yeah. Bob's first appearance. The Methodist
Wow,
church.
Bob Marley came to the house.
No, you came to Richmond Road Club down Richmond
There
Road.
was
The
a
Methodist
club
church, which
at
used to
Did
be
you see
like
it?
him, Bonnie,
What?
and Peter Tosh. 1973.
What?
His first time he came here and appeared. This Wesley just had his app. He was just beginning to locks up.
Go.
To Grenada 4 times.
Grenada. I remember Grenada.
These faces, you know how you look at the youths, then if you take a photo of them, you're going to see all this screw face and all this. You don't see that there. Everybody's, look at the faces, man. You know what I mean? Everybody's sort of like, if they're not smiling, at least they didn't look.
Gloomy.
Yeah. Do you understand?
Everybody.
Well, yeah, most people.
And all we wanted to do was enjoy ourselves.
Do you think that's what the kids want to do today?
They don't know how to enjoy themselves.
No, all they want to do is fight.
It's different. They don't know how to enjoy themselves. I know this guy, this Dread. Do you remember this Dread?
Yeah, I remember him, but I don't
Oh
know
my
his
God,
name.
William again.
Look, he's scratching your head.
He had some long locks.
Yeah.
He had some
He
long
was
natty.
proper elder at that time.
Oh, I remember his face. What's he?
He looks serious. He does.
Yeah, he had all these beard.
He could be
Nut
he
up
could be
until-
standing outside the Queen's gates with that
I
face.
see this. That face. Is he still around?
What's his
I
name?
honestly can't remember.
Ah, no, but I definitely remember his character. And
I
he was
remember
tall.
the faces, but
He
I
had
can't
some
remember
long
the names.
dreads.
West Indian at that time, right, they didn't see themselves as being African because we just didn't know ourselves. Through that, the Black House, a lot of us sort of came to know our roots and
We didn't
to
know
know
about the
that
African connection.
we were all basically from Africa. It's just the slavery that brought us to different parts of the world.